Welcome! In this video, we will break down why first-time international transfers often take longer than expected. We will move from the big picture to concrete steps you can take to speed things up. By the end, you will know what is normal, what is a red flag, and how to set realistic timelines. Here is our roadmap. First, we will outline why first transfers stall. Next, we will examine the three core causes: KYC requirements, funding method speed, and holiday schedules. Then, we will compare ACH versus wire and card. After that, we will see how holidays stretch timelines. Finally, we will finish with actionable tips and short quizzes to cement your understanding. Before we proceed, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Policies, processing times, and fees vary by provider and jurisdiction. Always confirm details with your payment provider and consult relevant regulations if needed. Now let us set the context. Many first-time international payment users are surprised when an initial optimistic arrival date slips by several days. This is common and typically caused by structural factors rather than an individual mistake. In the next sections, we will unpack those factors clearly, so you can recognize normal behavior versus a true issue. First, compliance and KYC requirements introduce identity and source of funds checks, especially for transfers above the $2,000 threshold. Second, the funding method you choose dictates when the international leg can begin. A CH is economical, but funds must fully clear and settle before anything is sent onward. Third, holidays and non-business days extend the calendar significantly. When these three factors combine, it is normal for first transfers to exceed initial estimates by several days. Let us visualize the KYC process. The flow begins when you initiate your first transfer. If the amount exceeds $2,000, the system requests identity documents and possibly bank statements. Those documents are validated. If anything is invalid or unreadable, support intervention is required, and you are looped back to re-upload until validation passes. If the amount is below the threshold, only basic KYC checks run. Once approval is granted, funds become eligible to move. This explains why slow document handling can freeze your payment status and lengthen the overall timeline. Next, let us go deeper on compliance. For transactions above $2,000, most platforms request identity documents and bank statements. Uploading quickly reduces friction. If the app fails during upload, contact support immediately and keep any confirmation receipts. Otherwise, the account may remain in an unverified state, effectively freezing your payment. Furthermore, generic technical messages can sometimes hide back-end audits or manual reviews initiated by risk systems. To move faster, pre-verify your account before initiating a large transfer. Prepare clear scans of your identification and recent bank statements. If an upload fails, retry once, then escalate to support immediately. Keep records of all confirmations and ticket numbers. Finally, respond rapidly to compliance follow-ups to avoid your transfer sitting idle in review queues. Quiz time. Which factor most commonly doubles the timeline for a first cross-border transfer? Option A, KYC and compliance requirements for amounts over $2,000. Option B, the recipient's bank account nickname. Option C, your phone's battery level. Option D, the color theme of the app. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is KYC and compliance requirements for amounts over $2,000. These checks often introduce document review cycles that extend the timeline. Now, let us discuss funding methods. ACH is inexpensive but slow. It generally takes 3 to 5 business days for funds to clear and settle with the sending institution, and the international transfer does not begin until that settlement is complete. By contrast, wire transfers carry higher fees but often confirm same day or next day, enabling the international leg to start sooner. Debit cards can provide near-instant funding, though fees and limits vary by provider. Here is a side-by-side interaction timeline. On the ACH path, you initiate funding through the app. The app requests a debit from your sending bank. The bank processes in batches through the ACH network, which takes 3 to 5 business days. During this window, the app often displays a status such as waiting to receive funds because settlement has not occurred. Only after settlement can the app initiate the international leg to the receiving bank. On the wire path, you send a wire to the app's account, which typically confirms same day or next day. As a result, the app can start the international transfer much sooner. This table summarizes funding options. ACH typically requires 3 to 5 business days to fund, with low cost. Wire transfers are faster, usually same day to next day, with medium to high fees. Debit cards can be instant to a few minutes with medium fees and potential limits. Choose based on the value of speed versus cost for your situation. Second quiz. Your transfer shows waiting to receive funds 3 days after you initiated ACH funding. What does this usually mean? Option A. It is normal because ACH funding has not fully settled yet. Option B. The recipient closed their bank account. Option C. Your app theme is set to dark mode. Option D. The transfer was canceled by the receiving bank. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will reveal the answer in the next section. The correct answer is that it is normal, because the ACH funding has not fully settled yet. The international transfer cannot start until settlement occurs. Next, holidays. Non-business days compound rather than simply pause activity. A 5-day estimate can turn into 10 when weekends and holidays stack, especially around major events. High volume around these periods can trigger audits or bottlenecks that appear as generic technical issues in the app. If you initiate a transfer right before a holiday, expect additional days to be added to the timeline. Finally, let us turn to practical strategies. Pre-verify your account and documents before starting a large transfer. If speed is important, choose wire or card over ACH, accepting the higher fees for faster execution. Budget an extra week for your first transfer to account for compliance reviews and holiday closures. Consider initial arrival dates as optimistic estimates, not guarantees. Keep all receipts and ticket numbers organized so you can respond quickly if support needs more information. Here are the key points. First, initial transfers face friction from compliance, the funding method, and the calendar. Second, ACH is economical but slow, whereas wire and card move faster at a higher cost. Third, holidays can double timelines. Fourth, pre-verification and quick responses to support can save days. Finally, always budget extra time for your first cross-border payment. To wrap up, expect some delay on your first international transfer. It is typically normal and not a sign of failure. Complete KYC early and keep documentation organized. Choose your funding method by weighing speed against cost. Plan around holiday periods. Finally, engage support proactively if uploads fail or statuses remain unclear. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, please like the video, share it with someone planning their first international transfer, and subscribe for more content on payments. Tell us about your first transfer experience in the comments and what you wish you had known in advance.